Hey there, are you considering moving to Boise, Idaho? If you have started researching our beloved city of trees and are a bit curious to not only hear more about it, but to see and explore it, then this video is for you. Today, we're going to take you along to check out one of Boise's most highly sought after neighborhoods, the North End. But first, before we tour you through the North End, which is one that just really embodies the heart and the best of Boise, but I'm getting ahead of myself, if this is your first time visiting our channel and you want to know everything, the good, the bad, just everything there is to know about what it's like to live, work, and play in the incredible Boise area, please be sure to take a quick sec and just hit that subscribe button. We get calls and emails every single week from people just like you, people who are looking to learn more and really just explore the Boise area, and we're here for it. We love it. Whether you're planning on moving in a month or 2 years, or really just still in the investigative stage, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. We'd love to help you out. Okay, so now let's dig into what the North End looks like, feels like, and really is like. Straight out, if you want to explore the heart of Boise, then this is an area you will definitely want to take time to really flesh out and explore. All cities, of course, have their heritage and defining vibe and character. You know, that special area or neighborhood that just really embodies that city's story and its roots. And for the city of Boise, you'll find that in the North End. As Boise's historic district and as one of the oldest areas in Boise, some of the earliest homes actually date back to the 1890s, the North End contains a large number of Boise's oldest and colonial historic homes. To get started, let's first take a quick look at its location on a map. As you can see, it is tucked between the Boise Foothills and the Highlands to the north, 28th Street to the west, and then north down to downtown Boise, and then all the way down to Broadway Avenue. As you can probably guess just by looking at this map alone, North Enders can typically bike or walk to the downtown area within just about 5 to 10 minutes. So, what do people love about the North End? Of course, straight out of the gate, it's picturesque tree-lined streets, which are paired up and then really also highlighted by a great mix, architecturally speaking, of home styles. You'll find colonial homes, cozy bungalows, Victorian mansions, Tudors, mid-century homes. It's just a really eclectic and unique mix. The home styles alone set the tone. And then there's the vibe. As Boise's historic district, its roots run deep. It's got a unique urban meets outdoorsy meets affluent ambience to it. And being just so close to both the downtown scene and to the gorgeous Boise foothills, while also being very walker and biker friendly, and of course, dog friendly, which for me is of course a solid plus. It's just really in a class of its own. Another perk is just how many great parks and cute locally owned boutiques, cafes, and shops are in the area. In general, North Enders love all of these things, and combined, they all help to make the North End, well, the North End. One additional thing that many residents say they appreciate is its incredibly well-organized neighborhood association. And no, this neighborhood association is not to be confused with an HOA. In the North End, they have NENA. So that's spelled N-E-N-A, and it stands for, you probably guessed it, the North End Neighborhood Association. This volunteer-run group is a powerhouse. They are extremely well organized and also extremely passionate about maintaining the area's vibe and character. And they're also very well funded. Unsurprisingly, NENA members typically just kind of embody the typical North Ender persona, brimming with Boise pride and dedicated to preserving Boise's historic and unique character. This group holds two of Boise's most treasured homegrown events. First, Halloween at Harrison Blvd, and second, the Hyde Park Street Fair. Halloween on Harrison Blvd is, of course, an annual event, and it draws thousands of children and their families from all across the county and really the state. It's truly something to see. So here we are right now on Harrison Blvd, and yeah, not a pumpkin or ghoul in sight. Because it's June. As you can see, there is a wide range of architectural styles here. Most homes were built between 1902 and 1942. And you might not guess it, but this street was actually Boise's first planned community. This iconic Boise street, which is situated between Hill Road to the north and then West Hayes Street to the south, and then tucked right between 15th and 17th Streets to the west and south, has played and continues to play a key role in the city. It's really both a historic landmark as well as a cultural and neighborhood anchor. Going back to the events I mentioned earlier that NENA, so the area's neighborhood association, puts on, there's the annual Hyde Park Street Fair. This weekend-long event has residents coming out in droves with their retro hula hoops, tie-dye, and patchouli-scented lotion or incense or whatever it is. So much patchouli. Anyhow, it all happens at Camel's Back Park, which you can see here and which I'll be walking through a bit later in this video. It's a weekend full of live music, endless drum circles, belly dancers, a beer and wine garden, homemade crafts, tons of kids activities, and well, just a lot more. It's an event that just somehow captures a special aspect of the neighborhood's character and charm. To learn more about either of these events, I've included links for you to check out in the description. So in the heart of the North End is Hyde Park. Hyde Park is really its own little world. It's almost like a neighborhood within a neighborhood. It's made up of great little coffee houses, cafes, and great funky little boutiques and shops. Hyde Park is also really kind of the unofficial headquarters for cyclists and mountain bikers who come to hit up the great trails that make up the Boise foothills. There are also multiple other parks such as Camel's Back. Camel's Back sits at the base of the foothills and offers direct access to more than 63 acres of biking and hiking trails. It also has a great playground area, beach volleyball court, tennis court, workout equipment, and a great trail that will quickly shoot you up to one of the very best public skyline views of the city of Boise. There are also several great parks in the area that revolve around water. Ester Simplot, Quinn's Pond, and the Boise White Water Park, all of which differ from one another and all pretty great in their own ways. I mean, who would think that you could find surfing in Boise? Yep, surfing. Thanks to the White Water Park, which features an adjustable wave for kayakers and surfers, as well as 3 additional in-river wave structures, you can surf in Boise. And if you're not sure if you're really up for surfing and maybe you're just interested in checking it out or being a spectator, there's a great observer plaza area that has multiple spots so you can check it all out. Thanks to its central location and proximity to the foothills and its miles and miles of trails, the North End often appeals to type A outdoorsy individuals. It's not unusual for residents to squeeze in an hour-long run up 8th Street or to ride up to Bogus before or after work. Okay, so now let's tour through some communities that make up the North End. Here we are in the Sunset area. Here you'll find more mid-century homes with prices being lower than some other areas in the North End. There are also some bigger homes in the same vicinity around Sunset Park. So the pricing on these tends to, of course, be a bit higher. Nestled up against the foothills, Sunset has direct access to mountain biking trails through the Hillside to Hollow Reserve. The Hillside to Hollow Reserve is a 260-acre protected open space unit in the central foothills. More serious cyclists also have access to the city's most popular rides through Hill Road, while more casual bikers can easily hop onto the Greenbelt and enjoy its 25-mile path right at Veterans Park. Now, let's cruise through the Highlands. The Highlands is pretty spectacular. Something for just about everyone, well, budget permitting. Outdoor access, close by schools, a sprawling golf course, and of course, a short commute to downtown. It's nestled right up to the foothills and has unparalleled access to Bogus. The Highlands is one of the most unique communities in Boise because unlike many newer developments, it wasn't built with a standard urban grid in mind. Instead, in the Highlands, the streets curve and twist with the geographical landmarks that border it. In the Highlands, many homes have absolutely gorgeous views of downtown and the Heights. And you'll find everything from newer modern homes to mid-century charmers. Its park-like setting and gorgeous views easily make it one of the most coveted locations in Boise. And then, of course, there is Boise Heights. The first homes built in Boise Heights went up between the 1950s and the 1970s. Lots of strong mid-century architectural designs and styles. Here, homes range from just about 2,600 square feet up to just under 3,800 square feet. Tucked into the foothills, many homes also have gorgeous, unobstructed skyline views of the downtown scene. And similar to many of the other neighborhoods we've already covered, residents love this area because of how close it is to the foothills and its miles and miles of trails. It's also very close to both Camel's Back and Hyde Park. There are really so many areas to check out in the North End. Here is just a quick list of all the communities that fall within the North End borderlines. So yeah, a lot to explore here. If you'd like to know more about any of them listed here, please just let us know. Okay, so let's talk about homes and home prices. Homes here in the North End are, of course, pretty much always in high demand, and of course, that demand is reflected in pricing. As you've seen through this tour, you'll find both cozy 2-bed, 1-bath bungalows that were built in the early 1900s, as well as turn of the century post-war colonials. And then, of course, there are the stately manor types we saw on streets such as Harrison Boulevard. As of today, there are homes currently listed just under the 400,000 mark, all the way up to just shy of the 5 million mark. So again, yeah, the North End is made up of a wide variety and mix of homes, and that range is also reflected in pricing. If you want to see a list of homes available in today's market, whether you are watching it just days after we first published this or in the future, just give us a call or send us a text at 208-598-3040, and we would be happy to send you an updated list. Thank you so much for coming along with us today. We post videos every week of all types: neighborhood tours, jog logs, FAQs, market updates, pros and cons to the various cities. The list just really goes on. So please be sure to hit that subscribe button so we can stay in touch. Have a fantastic day.